All right, post week one, where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
The beef that I have resides with none other than Luke Getsy. Look, I just tweeted about him and ranting a little bit at DannyBurke5 on Twitter where you can see it, but it's nothing different than what I've been saying since last year. It is absolutely insane that it took Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator of the Bears, till the halfway point of the year to understand that, hey, I have a mobile quarterback. You know what he resembles? A Lamar Jackson on the Ravens, a Jalen Hurts on the Eagles. Maybe we should conduct our offense in the similar realm of what they are doing. You think, buddy? And he still hasn't learned. Yes, the offense did take strides last season toward the end, but guess what? More of that is attributed to the magic that Justin Fields was able to display, how he was able to navigate out of just an absolute mess because the offensive line stinks, because you had no receiving weapons, and he made something out of nothing because your offensive schemes absolutely screwed him. And that's the same thing that occurred in week one, except you're supposed to have a better offensive line now and you have better weapons, yet you still limited him. And that brings me to my next point and what I was tweeting about. The red flags with Getsy were apparent from last year. And the example I like to bring up, and look, week one didn't go too great, so I know people are going to freak out about it, but I love what the Steelers did with Kenny Pickett. They let him experiment, right? They let him throw the ball downfield. Do your thing, kid. If you throw a few interceptions, so be it. We understand this isn't a year where we're competing for the postseason and beyond. So why not let your quarterback, your future of the franchise, make mistakes, overcome the adversity, learn from that, and then progress. Now, I know that didn't look like it with Pickett in week one, but throughout last season till the end, Pickett went from, holy crap, this guy stinks, to, oh, all right, this could be our franchise quarterback. You kept Fields shielded away. You tucked him away and went, we're only going to let you throw about 15 times at most per game. And you know what? Because of that, you condition him to think that he has to be so careful because he only has a finite amount of opportunities to throw the pigskin. And then if one of those ends up being an interception, it's amplified tremendously because he's tucked away so tightly. And he has to almost be perfect in the limited amount of action that he has. So now coming into this next season, the fact that you scared him because of last year's play calling, he's scared to throw it downfield and throw it into these tight windows. He had the interception against Green Bay last game, but that was because at that point he's like, screw it, I gotta at least try. And then it was an interception. At that point, we already gave up as Bears fans. But he went to the check down so many times because he doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't trust his system, and he doesn't trust where he can throw it because he knows if he does, the media is going to be on his ass. The coaching is probably going to be busting his balls. But look, you set him up for failure with that, Luke Getsy. So my beef remains with you. And the beef still, I guess you could add with the front office, because why the hell did you hire a defensive coach in the first place when you're trying to build around a young quarterback and this is an offensive league? And then the numbnuts hired a guy in Luke Getsy who doesn't know how to call plays. It's just so asinine. And I get it. It's week one. We're allowed to overreact, though. But I'm not overreacting to Getsy. I mean, that guy's brutal. I'm not going to change my mind on that. And then my other beef, oh my goodness, I should have saw this one coming.
Where's the beef?
The Los Angeles Chargers, breaking my heart once again. So I don't need to go into full detail, but all I want to say is Daniel Popper tweeted this out at Daniel R. Popper, works for The Athletic. Heading into week one, he tweeted, teams who rushed for 200 plus yards, held opponents under 100 rushing yards, did not commit a turnover, won the turnover margin by at least 2, were 110 and 0. 110 and 0 since 2000 per True Media Sports. Now that record is 110 and 1 because of the Chargers' loss. So my beef is with the Chargers still being the Chargers. That stupid defensive pass interference with 2 seconds left to go in the half. I mean, how ridiculously dumb can you be? They deserved to lose the game after that point, but yet they're still in it to the end, and the defense was a nightmare, and Khalil Mack's on the first play of the game lining up against Tyreek Hill. Brandon Staley, you're going to be gone after this season if it keeps going this way. There's no question about it. And finally,
where's the beef?
The Vikings, losing one of our survivor entries. Now, we did have three, and luckily last second I did go Vikings, Ravens, and Commanders as opposed to two Vikings and just one Commanders. But like I said in the clip last week, but again, hesitant to go two entries with them in case they just completely Minnesota all over the place and find a dumb way to lose this game. Yeah, Minnesotaing all over the place, turnovers in the red zone, just so many idiotic things. And my beef is with the Vikings for finding a way to lose against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks when you had numerous opportunities to keep your foot on the pedal and keep pressing. And in classic Minnesota fashion, you refused to do so. Actually, last year at least you did win those close games, but it didn't make it any less stressful. Minnesota's still Minnesotaing. That's all there is to say about that. So that's my beef post week one.